What's up, guys? It's Doug the Dog Guy, owner and founder of Bad to the Bone Pet Care. Today I thought we'd do something a little bit different, and I thought I would tell you about some of the weirdest requests that I have gotten. I've been a pet sitter and a dog walker for over 8 years, so I've seen and heard and dealt with pretty much anything and everything. Now, I just jotted down a couple of the first things that came to mind, so if you'd like to see more videos like this about my experiences as a pet sitter and a dog walker, let me know down in the comments below and hit the subscribe button. One of my very first clients actually requested a 3 a.m. meet and greet, and I did it without question. I look back on this now and I'm like, what were you thinking? Going to a stranger's home at 3 o'clock in the morning? But at the time, I was just so excited to be getting a new client request, and this was a big request for me at the time. It just didn't even go through my mind that it was a bad idea. And actually, when I showed up for the meet and greet, it was in a nice home and a nice neighborhood. The couple was fully dressed, like 3 a.m. was just a normal hour to them, which makes it even weirder. And when speaking of weird times, I've actually gotten a request for daily dog walks at 1 a.m. That one I didn't do. I actually was able to refer that one to another pet sitting company. A few years ago, I was coming up on my second year of being this guy's daily dog walker, and he called me up one night and actually asked me to move into his home and be a live-in caretaker for over 2 years while he was going to be working overseas. And I did it. And I gotta tell you, this was one of the best opportunities that I have not only had through my business, but really in my entire life. Being able to sell all of my furniture and live rent-free in a nice home for 2.5 years put my entire life on a completely different trajectory. And if I hadn't been this guy's dog walker, I would have never had that opportunity. Speaking of amazing opportunities that can come up as a pet sitter, a little over a year ago, one of my regular clients called me up and asked me to drive her dog all the way across the country from Florida to Montana at the beginning of the summer, and then fly back to Montana, pick the dog up, and drive it back to Florida at the end of the summer. I did it, and I turned it into a whole cross-country road trip, and it was amazing. It was so much fun, and I made killer money doing it. And actually, I'm doing it again this summer for the same lady. And because I publicized all this on my social media, I was actually able to get another client shortly afterwards, driving the dog from South Carolina to Oregon. It's amazing. I mean, as a pet sitter and a dog walker, I never thought that I could be driving dogs across the country and being able to live rent-free and all this stuff, but it's just so cool what can come up. On the not so fun side of things, about a year into pet sitting, one of my regular clients asked me to actually sit with her dog during her euthanasia. And I did it, and I've actually done this for many families since then. And generally what they tell me is that they just don't think that they have it in them to sit with their dog during those final moments, but that they know that the dog has a relationship with me and that they know that they don't want the dog to be alone. And like I said, I started doing this about a year into pet sitting, and I've done it many, many times since then. And it's extremely sad. Each one of those moments will live with me forever, but it feels good to know that the owners care that much and that I was able to help in some small way and be there for the pet, during those final moments. A few years ago, I actually had a client that would regularly get overnight stays, and on the last day of the overnights, she would always have me wash her dog. Well, one day she said, "Can you express her anal glands after the bath?" And this is something I had no experience with, but I watched a few YouTube videos, I talked to a friend that was a vet tech, went out and bought some rubber gloves and said, let's give it a go. And all I'm gonna say is it was in that moment that I realized I am not a vet tech. I am a pet sitter and a dog walker for a reason. It was so gross, so gross. About a year ago, I had a regular client call me and say, "I'm moving to a different state and I want you to move me." I was like, "What? I'm not a mover, I'm a pet sitter." And she said, yeah, but you are the only person that I trust to move me and my belongings and my dog to this new state. And I genuinely tried to help her. I priced it all out and found a number that would work for both of us. I actually found some friends that had done some stuff like this in the past to help me, but we just couldn't get the dates to work, unfortunately. Those are just a couple of the weird requests that I've gotten over the years. I could talk all day about the weird situations that I've been put in and the gross things that I've had to do, so let me know if you'd like to see more of that kind of content in the comments down below. I hope by sharing this kind of stuff with you that you as a pet sitter feel that you are not alone. We're all going through this kind of stuff together, and to kind of make you think outside of the box about what you can possibly do with your business as a pet sitter and a dog walker. I love making this content for you guys, so please subscribe and share and like the video. It helps the YouTube algorithm push it out to new people. I'm Doug the Dog Guy from Bad to the Bone Pet Care, reminding you to stay positive.